It was early in the morning in eastern Burkina Faso, and the sun was just beginning to rise. The president, TRAORE, was standing next to his black SUV, sipping tea. He was preparing to visit a rural center for the youth where hundreds of young people. The speeches were written. The drummers had already started to warm up on the village square. But there was a problem. They were late. One of his advisors, the closest, a tall man named Idrissa, walked forward naturally. He says, "If we take the main road, we will arrive 2 hours late. But there is a shortcut through the bush, very quiet, without village. We will be here in 40 minutes. Ibrahim, Hoka and Eyebrow. Is the road safe?" "Yes," answered Idrissa. "By the head." "Quickly, our men checked it yesterday. I personally supervised Karim." One of his bodyguards advanced. "I have never liked this road to quiet," he says. But Idrissa insists. "We have little fuel and young people are waiting. We must leave now." Ibrahim reflects for a moment, then says, "Very well, let's take the shortcut." The convoy of 5 SE vehicles set off, 2 armed trucks in front, the president's SUV in the middle, and 2 others in the back. The road was narrow and chaotic, with high-end dry herbs. Not a single person in sight. No house, no goat. No fire smoke, just silence. Half an hour passed. Everything seemed quiet. Then a cow appears standing in the middle of the runway. In terror. A big brown cow with chipped horns. With calm eyes, the legs firmly planted. She was staring at the president's car and refused to move. The captain honked his horn. Nothing. The escort truck shouted out. Nothing. A soldier fired a shot in the air. The sound resounded. Still nothing. The cow did not move. The world was perplexed. "It's just a cow," says a guard. "Let's push her off the road." 2 soldiers came down and tried to guide her with sticks. The cow receded slightly, then returned to his place. President Ibrahim observed from inside the SUV. Intrigued, he lowered his window. "Why doesn't it move?" "Not," he asked. "No idea," answered Karim. "She acts strangely." "Tried to get around," says Idrissa. "Quickly. We waste time." The driver was about to deviate slightly from the road, but something in the heart of. He seems heavy. He looked again at the cow. She wasn't afraid. She wasn't running away. It remained there, blocking the exact center of the road. Then he says something that surprises everyone. "Stop the car." The captain obeys. "Send a man to check under." "The mad cow," says Idrissa nervously. "It's just a cow," I said. "Check the floor." 2 guards approached cautiously. One of them bent down to examine the earth under the front legs of the cow. Suddenly, it startled. "Sorry, there is something here." Convoys, if cool. Everyone rushed to look. Half buried in the ground just below the cow, there was a fine metal wire barely visible. The soldier followed the thread and exclaimed. He led to a mine, a real landmine. Karim cried, panicked, "Sir, we have not 1 but 3 mines hidden together. Of the Cree X's radio calls. The road had been prepared to kill, and this cow had stopped them just in time." President slowly descended. He looked at the cow and then at the ground. Then Idrissa. For the first time, he lives from the fear in the eyes of his advisor. The road was silent, but not peaceful. The soldiers cordoned off the area. The weapons were taken out. The radios crackled. The discovery of 3 buried mines under the earth had changed everything, and yet the cow was always there, calm, observant. It came forward with eyes fixed on the place where the wire went out of the ground. He didn't talk, didn't. His mind was getting carried away. "We have checked this road yesterday," he finally said, turning to Idrissa. "Yes," replied Idrissa quickly, the sweat on his forehead. "The team of security has inspected. There were no signs of danger." Karim, the head of the bodyguards, knelt by the wire. It was recently put. He says, "Very recently. Look at." He showed a fresh boot appearance near the mine. The floor is still loose. It wasn't there yesterday morning. Ibrahim bent his eyes. Someone knew that we would take this road. Idrissa spoke again, yet perhaps the enemy posed them in hopes that anyone would pass, but did not answer. He was watching the hands of Idrissa. His nervous ticks his elusive eyes. And another thing, the frappa Idrissa had insisted a lot on taking this road. To insisted we had to go through Kudugu, says Ibrahim. Slowly. Why did you want this shortcut? I just thought we would save time, Baguila. Idri? You said we were late. Karim raised his hand on his gun. But this road is not on the official travel list. And you said you oversaw the audit. Won't Idrissa's throat be yes? I did it. Setku, the commander of the security operations, arrived by motorcycle with reinforcements. It was briefed in a few seconds, then turned to Ibrahim. How much can I talk to you alone? He moved away. I don't trust him, says Setku, in a low voice by designating Idrissa. And you won't like what I come to discover. What then? One of the private security officers assigned to Idrissa was surprised, sending a location signal to an unknown number. It has been traced and is connected to a satellite link owned by a private military firm. Foreigner. The face of Ibrahim was Figa. He looked at Idrissa, who was now pretending to check his phone nervously. He led us on this road, says. And someone made sure that there would be mines waiting, added Seku. At that moment a soldier near the cow shouted, "It moves!" Everyone turned. The cow finally moved away slowly and quietly, and began to walk in the bush. It was like if his work was finished, no one followed him. Nobody understood, but deep down, everyone felt it. This cow had saved them, Mr. says Karim. Set plus QDLA chance. Set and message. Something bigger is happening. Raised his head and turned to his men. And on a chilling order, search every centimeter of this road, every root, every tree, and stop. Idrissa, do not let him talk to anyone. Men to act. Quickly Idrissa tended to speak. Mr. President, I swear I don't know anything. But it took the hand off. You wanted me to take this road. You told me she was safe. You promised. He leaned closer and said softly. But this cow saved me before you could kill me. The face of Ibrahim. Swollen. Soldiers. Him to the rear vehicle. The president turned to his men. We don't go to the youth center today. We will seek the truth. Someone planned my death. And that was only the beginning. The convoy did not continue that day. Instead, he turned around slowly, cautiously, under full military escort. The mines were marked by drones, flew over the return area. At the palace a dark cloud hovered over every room. President Ibrahim Traore does not say much during the return journey. He sat still, looking out the window, replaying every detail in his head. A trusted advisor had just been arrested. A cow had stopped her car. A hidden mine was waiting under its wheels. It was no longer a coincidence. It was a message to intelligence headquarters. Idrissa was sitting in a cold room, handcuffed, the flowing sweat of his temples. The SICU commander stood by the other side of the table. We have traced your phone 10 CQ. You deleted your GPS history, but our system retrieved it. He put printed documents in front of Idrissa. 2 days ago you stopped near the place, exactly where the mine was found. What were you doing there? Idrissa shook her head. I was just checking the road alone. Without security I needed fresh air. CQ slammed on the table. Stop lying, Idrissa Sursada. Who paid you? Who told you to guide the president on this road? Idrissa says nothing. CQ fixed it. Then showed a very good cold smile. Let me show you something. He lit a screen. A grainy video filmed by a camera, hidden by villagers, near a telecom mat showed Idrissa the night talking to a man in military boots. The man was wearing a low cap over his eyes and handed Idrissa an object, a satellite phone. We found that same phone Under the seat of your car say Siku. You forgot to mention it. Idrissa's lips trembled. Finally he speaks. They said they just wanted to scare him, make it fearful easier to control. They said it wouldn't kill him, just a message. Who are they? Asked Saku. Idrissa shakes his head. I don't know their name. I was given money from promises. He lowered his eyes in shame. They hate him, you know, he murmured. He hates it when he unites Africa. They said that if TRAORE continues to rise, Western interests will fall to CQ. Lean back. And you sold your own country. Why dollars and the fear? Idrissa did not answer President Ibrahim later. That night was sitting in his office holding a file full of photographic evidence, satellite phone call log card, and an image reproduces the last picture taken by a drone over the ambush site. She showed the cow standing peacefully in the middle of the road just above the mine. Ibrahim fixed it for a long time. His quiv entered the room. We have confirmed it, he says. Idrissa was recruited by a network, foreign, probably a private military enterprise, linked to you know who. Ibrahim did not look up. He finally asked, do you know where the cow came from? We interviewed the neighboring villages. No one claims it. It does not correspond to any herd. She's just shy. Sketched a slight smile. And she disappeared once. The finished work is that Osha slowly. The head, with your permission. Can I speak freely? Go ahead. It wasn't just an animal. It was something else. Ibrahim looked out the window. I know it, he says, and I don't take it lightly. It rises. We have enemies in suits, enemies with pens, enemies with minds. But now they have seen something that they cannot explain. He turned to SESQ. Prepare a message. I want the world to know that the path to Africa is not guided by the fear. It is protected by something bigger even. If something has 4 legs and horns. Smiles even in this case. 2 days had passed since the discovery of the mines through Burkina Faso. The murmurs grew. A cow. Had it really prevented the death of the president? Was it luck, or something divine, that had planted the bomb? And how far did the betrayal go? President Ibrahim Traore back in the capital. Movedly in the corridors of the palace. He had not chaired any press conference nor statement. His silence was not fear. It was a strategy. Because something didn't fit. Drizzles was the escape that he had helped from within. Day mines like this one were not buried without a GPS. Precise. Someone had provided exact times and coordinates. Someone who knew exactly when and where the president would pass. Traore convenes a secret meeting with the SICU commander, son chef de la cyber and to trusted military officers. I want every device in the palace is scanned, he says. Every phone, every radio. Each signal, each staff file. We missed something. They worked all night in the morning. The truth struck like a bomb. A tablet belonging to one of the supervisors. Security cameras contained hidden files, audio recordings, textual conversations, and a file named simply Giraffe Track Version 5 within the tracking data. Real-time president's vehicle. Someone had installed a tracking software hidden on the lead vehicle of the convoy. The data had been shared live. Until the moment when the cow had blocked the road. It followed your movements like in a video game, says the head of the cyber surveillance. He knew every turn. The traitor was a man named Lieutenant Dombo, a logistical support, discreet and appreciated. He worked at the palace for 6 years. No one suspected him. When he was arrested, he immediately confessed. I was offered a new life, he says. Money. A foreign visa. They said that Traore would be replaced, that everything was already arranged as that turned to him. Who are they? The main reason, Hesida. Then murmured people bound to foreign security firms. One was American. He wore a badge indicating the English support group, The blood of social security froze. The bond was clearer. Now, it was not only an internal operation. It was an international operation. In presidential neighborhoods, TRAORE was sitting in silence. He opened a small notebook, his personal diary, and wrote a single sentence. They tried to end my life with my own people, but something bigger stood in their way. Then he got up and made a decision that would shake the world. That night, a last-minute broadcast was announced. Millions of people across Burkina Faso, connected just like to the Mali, in Guinea to the Niger, and even curious spectators in France and the United States. President Ibrahim Traoré appeared on the quiet screen. For that direct. I was almost killed this week. How is it not through war? Not by rebels, but by people in suits. People who smile at us all by placing explosives on our roads. He took a break. They sent men into our palace. They bought our brothers with foreign money. They planned my death, using my own routes, my own convoy, my own advisor. He looked directly at the camera. But they failed because a simple animal got through their path. A cow, yes. A cow stopped me, and when they see that even nature doesn't let me down, they will understand something deeper. He knocks on the desk. We are not a people you can control. Burkina Faso is not a chessboard for foreigners from this day. Any foreign military base, any contract or spy agency on our soil